Hey everyone, it's me. Welcome to the series, Who's Who in the Old Testament. In today's episode, we're going to look at the story of Elijah, one of the most well-known figures in the Old Testament. In 1 Kings, chapters 17 through 22, we read about this dramatic showdown between Elijah and the prophets of Baal. But before we get into that, let's look at some background information. Elijah was a Hebrew prophet who lived in the northern kingdom of Israel during the reign of King Ahab. The reign of King Ahab is considered to be one of the most wicked periods in Israel's history, and Elijah was sent to confront him and his wife Jezebel, who were both leading the nation away from the worship of Yahweh, the true God, and towards the worship of Baal, a Canaanite god. Now, in this showdown, Elijah calls down fire from heaven to consume his sacrifice, while the prophets of Baal perform their rituals and call upon their god to do the same. What's interesting here is that the prophets of Baal actually start off with an advantage. They get to set the parameters of the contest. They choose the bull and the wood for the sacrifice, and they also have the option of calling upon their god in any way that they see fit. However, despite these advantages, their efforts are in vain because the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is a jealous God who will not be mocked. When the time comes for Elijah to make his request, he asks for fire to come down from heaven and consume his sacrifice, and that's exactly what happens. Fire comes down from heaven and consumes not only Elijah's sacrifice, but also the sacrifice of the prophets of Baal, and this demonstrates the power and supremacy of the true God over the false gods of Canaan. But the story doesn't end there. The next day, Elijah confronts the prophets of Baal once again, and he has them put to death. Now, this may seem like a bit of an anticlimactic ending, but it is important to remember that this story is not just about a contest between two groups with opposing religious beliefs. It's also about the consequences of rejecting the one true God and choosing to follow false gods. In the end, Elijah is vindicated and the true God is glorified. And that's why this story is so important. It shows us that no matter what the odds may seem, no matter how powerful the opposition may be, God is still in control. And if we remain faithful to Him, He will honor us and use us to accomplish His purposes. So, friends, as we bring this episode to a close, I want to challenge you to remember that no matter what you may be facing right now, no matter how difficult your circumstances may seem, God is still in control. And if you remain faithful to Him, He will honor you and use you to accomplish His purposes. Well, that's it for this episode. I hope that you enjoyed learning more about the story of Elijah and the prophets of Baal, and if you did, please be sure to leave a thumbs up to let me know. Also, don't forget to subscribe so that you never miss an episode. Thanks for watching. See you next time.